Hey everyone, welcome back to Take Action Tuesday. I am Lauren Greenleaf, a speech therapist who loves all things AAC. I am here to give you some tips and tricks for feeling more confident and getting started and keeping moving with AAC. So if you are ready for today's episode, we are going to be talking about prepping for the summer. So let's dive in. All right, welcome back to another week of Take Action Tuesday. So I don't know about you, but I cannot believe that it is May already. So I am here on May 7th recording this for you, and if you are in a school system, you are probably in the process of planning to go on break. And with that comes a lot of things in the AAC world. And then if you are a parent who's now going to have your kid home all day, that comes with some things too. Those of us that are in the private practice setting, not too much changes. However, summer brings lots of new activities where we can kind of start to incorporate more AAC, or maybe we need to problem solve through some supports that we have. So today we are going to be talking all about that. We are going to start first and foremost with something that you need to do before summer break if you are in a school system. And if you are not in a school system, now is as good a time as any to do it. Any guesses? We need to back up our language systems. So if you have a client, a student, an individual, a kid at your own house, we need to be backing up their language system, because here's the deal. Things happen when the AAC device is not always in front of us, and sometimes vocabulary gets deleted, or sometimes devices malfunction, and we do not want to lose all those precious customizations that you have made. So right now, today is your reminder. If you are not somewhere where you can do it right now, take out your phone, set yourself a reminder when you will be able to do it. Please, please, please back them up. I have had countless situations where we come back in the fall and the vocabulary is gone, or I got a phone call last year that says all of the buttons are purple. And I don't know what it looked like before, but they're all purple now. But we had backed it up in the fall, or at the end of the year. So we just went back to that file and then double checked that there weren't any major edits that were made. So we want to be backing up our language systems. No matter what setting you're in, whoever is watching right now, please go back them up so that you can have access to them. With that, if you are in a school system or you have some changes happening in the next year, or over summer you happen to be moving, or who knows what, please take inventory of the passwords and the logins and where you backed your system up to. This is especially important for school systems and the SLPs in school systems that their kid may be transitioning to a new building. We want to make sure that information transfers with them. What is the password for editing? What is the guided access code? What is the account set up under, if that's applicable? We want to be going through all of those little details to make sure that the team next year has all of the information and they don't have to frantically call you the first week when you're already busy doing all of the things and you have to then remember what everything was. Create a little document, make it short, sweet, simple, to the point. Put the passwords there. Send the passwords home if you're able to. Parents, this is really good information for you guys to have if your school system will allow you. If you're the one who set up the system, it's also good information to keep handy so that the team that will be taking over has that information available to them. All right, so points 1 and 2 really apply to that school system, but ultimately any setting you are in, you can do them. Back up the system, write down the passwords. All right, so after we do those things, right, we got the boring stuff out of the way. Now, I want you to take some time and consider what summer looks like for your AAC user. We've talked about this a few times now on our Take Action Tuesday episodes, but we want to make sure that they have a system that can support communication across all environments. And maybe you don't have the capacity to support that right now, but maybe it's a conversation that you need to be having with the parents or the teaching teams. What am I talking about here? Summer typically means a lot more sunshine. At least up here in Northeast Ohio, it means significantly more sunshine. Devices, high-tech devices, are really hard to see in the sun. You can get cover, anti-glare things, but generally speaking, taking a device out in the hot sun makes it more difficult to access. Not to mention, systems can get overheated and then they don't work correctly. You also spend a lot more time in the water in the summer, right? Or at the beach where there's sand. And AAC high-tech systems don't really mix well with either of those things. You can use them, absolutely, but what secondary supports do we have? What other parts of their system are available to them? Do we need to print out a light tech version of their AAC system? Do we need to send parents the information to download it and get it out and available in their home and across environments? So that next piece is really crucial when it comes to the system, right? We need a system that can transition through the different seasons, through the different stages of communication, right? We're going to communicate in the summer regardless of whether or not we have access to our high-tech device, so let's make sure we have access to something. All right, recapping now, we have backup our system, write down the passwords, and make sure we have a system that is going to go across environments. Lastly, make sure the people who are working with the AAC user and communicating with the AAC user over the summer, if that is not you, have the tools they need to be able to do so, right? We want to make sure they're getting comprehensive support with their AAC system throughout the entire year. So if you are in a school system and you have been primarily modeling, make sure the family has the tools they need to support that while you are not there. If they are going to a summer school, or if they're going to a camp, what information can you provide those individuals that will be working with your AAC user to help them pick up where you left off and keep the ball rolling? So often we don't pass on information about our AAC user and where they are in their communication journey. And then these incoming people who have not necessarily worked with them before or don't have as much skill set don't really know where to start. So write up something quick, couple bullet points. This is what we've been working on. These are the activities that worked really well. These are supports that I've been providing. Send it home with a device and then let that be kind of your transition. So that recaps everything for today. Back up your system, write down your passwords, make sure your system goes across environments, and make sure those communicating with the AAC user over the summer have the tools they need to support them. So I will see you next week where we are going to be talking about some more support for the summer.